All right, all right, all right. We are coming in live on YouTube. I listen, y'all. This is the first time I'm doing this. I'm on Zoom, but I'm broadcasting live to YouTube. So hopefully, everyone, you are hearing me loud and clear, loud and clear, loud and clear. So, y'all, I don't know if you can see the title, but today I am talking about buying your first house. And this is Wealth Wednesday. I coined this hashtag for just my own self, me and my friend Kristen. Um, I told her this is probably at least a month ago that on Wednesdays, I want to focus on things that pertain to building my wealth and finances. And I was like, you know what, I'm just called today Wealth Wednesday. And she actually was like, you know what, Wager, that's a good idea. Like, I'm going to start making Wednesday the day that I focus on my finances and, building wealth and all that good stuff. So, that's just kind of like an inside thing. And recently, as I was thinking about my YouTube channel and just things I wanted to tweak and just put out there, I was like, you know what, I'm going to start kind of sharing some of the things that I'm doing on my Wealth Wednesday, but also focus on topics that pertain to wealth and finances. And so, guys, if this is the first time that you are tuning in, my name is Wadria, and I created this channel as a means to share information about things that I'm passionate about. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm also an Airbnb host. I am all about my thrifting. I love thrifting, reselling things, and really pursuing ultimately my goal of being wealthy, y'all. And today I'm going to talk about buying your first house. And I know, guys, that obviously we are still experiencing this pandemic. And I know that there are folks out there that are still trying to figure things out and, just really still grasp and just manage all of the adverse sides of, I know what some have been experiencing from this pandemic. But I also want to share with you that even though we're experiencing a pandemic, it doesn't mean that our goals, we have to forget about them, or that we're just going to throw our hands up and just wait for things to pass. No, not at all. Like, I believe that this is still a time for us to even get clear on our goals and, use this time to do some meaningful things. And when it comes to real estate, y'all, that is definitely one of the things that I'm passionate about. As just a year ago, I purchased my first house, and I purchased an income producing property. I purchased a duplex. And that's what I'm going to talk about today, y'all. I'm going to talk about, if you are buying, in the one of your goals is to buy your first house, whether it be this year or next year, or just you have already bought a house and you want to buy more houses, or you want to start buying investment properties. I just want to talk to you like I'll be talking to one of my homegirls. And actually, my friend, the same friend who I'm talking about that I do my Wealth Wednesdays with, Kristen, she's actually looking to buy a house. That's one of her goals. And I'm going to talk to you like I'm talking to like one of my friends, because I think that's what we are in my mind. You're watching this video like we homegirls, we're friends, and so these are some things that I've learned along the way in my journey of buying my first house. And one of the things I would definitely say to any person, especially first time home buyers, is to really get clear on your why. Know your why. Why are you buying a house? Are you buying a house for you to live in? Are you buying a house with a spouse? I know some people are married, or they have their booze and they're going in on that purchase together. So even so, it's really important to get clear on why your intention in buying this home. Is it a place for you to live? Is it a place for you to make some income from? Are you purchasing it to create an additional income stream or to create some passive income? Just what is your why? What is your intention in buying this house? And the reason why I say that is because knowing your why, it really does help to narrow your focus, because there are so many properties out there, so the clearer you get on, just what your specifics are, firstly, what your why is, what you're looking to, what your intention is in buying this house, whether you want it to be an income producing property and you want it to be a place to live. Just get clear on how long you want to live there. So number one is know your why. Second, you definitely want to get clear on how much money are you looking to spend? What is your budget, right? You trying to get $100,000 house, or you trying to get a $200,000 house, and you have to know your budget clearly, because that is also going to determine just how much of a house you can get. In terms of qualifying, you have to know what you're working with as far as your income goals, but specifically, you have to know like how much it is that you are looking to spend. If you're buying a single family house, you want to get clear on not only what your budget is, but what are going to be the an estimate for closing costs. How much are you going to have to bring to the table as far as a down payment? Same thing if you're buying a duplex or a multi-unit property, even that changes as far as like how much percentage you're bringing to the table as far as a down payment. But just find out what the numbers are that you are working with. That way, you're just getting clearer and clearer in your own mind about preparing yourself and knowing what you will need as far as financing to purchase the house that you want. And thirdly, I would say, and I have my little list here that I'm going along with, is credit. Know where you are as far as your credit, right? And man, if there's one thing I wish I knew, just how important it is to manage and maintain excellent credit when I was, college, before I got that one credit card. But listen, that's another story. But we got to know where we are as far as our credit goes, especially when you're trying to get any kind of loan, but especially when you are looking to get a mortgage, right? And most often, your first time home buyer, you're going to be getting a mortgage to finance your purchase of your home, right? So you got to know what your credit is looking like, because that is what determines if you can pre-qualify to get that mortgage, and it determines what your interest rates would be. Once you do get qualified, it affects the interest rate that you get on your mortgage as well. So credit, I mean, as I'm sure we all learned, especially as we matriculate to life, that having that excellent credit is the goal. But listen, a lot of us, when we are looking to buy a house, chances are, in a lot of our cases, it's really the first time that we really looked at our credit, and in a way that, it can really impact an outcome or a goal that we're looking to achieve. And yes, like I said, for most people, it is when you're buying a house that you're really looking at your credit like, wait a minute, what is that? Like, I need to take care of that, this, that. So you want to get a copy of your credit report. Go to my annual credit report. As I believe everybody, right, you're entitled to get one free credit report a year, but also create a Credit Karma or a Credit Sesame account, because it's a free service. They also have an app where you are able to monitor your credit. So you're able to get an overview as to what is on your credit report, as far as you have any collections, any delinquencies. It gives you your credit score as well. And along the lines of credit, guys, you definitely want to know your FICO score, and then get your overall credit score. The two are definitely different, those numbers. And ultimately, though, I will say this: having a Credit Karma or a Credit Sesame, it is a great way to manage your credit profile. Both platforms allow you to file disputes. And that's something that I know for me, when I was cleaning up my credit, I found that to be very effective. I know that there are services out there like, I always see Lexington Law pop up whenever I go on Credit Sesame or Credit Karma. I tend to see that advertisement. So I'm not saying don't, pay a service or, pay a fee to a company to help you to clean up your credit if you need to. But what I will say, guys, is a lot of this stuff you could do yourself. But first, you have to know what is on your report. And that allows you to really get a clear view as to, are there some things on your report that you can dispute? Are there some things that have, that could be removed because they have already exceeded that time limit? Like, there's certain things that, for example, hard inquiries on your credit report, after 2 years, those are supposed to fall off your credit. So if you see that, after 2 years and those things are still on your credit report, those are things that you can dispute and get removed like right away. Things like collections, if you have some accounts that you closed a while ago, they're not even your account anymore, or you paid them off, or you made some arrangement with the company or the collections company, but they're still on your credit report, those are things you can also dispute as well. So all that to say, guys, is when you look at your credit report, it's going to give you a clear understanding as to what's there. If your credit score is not so great, no worries. Credit is something that is like a moving, living, breathing organism, and it updates every single month. So the beauty of your credit is once you know what is on your credit report, and if there are any blunders or just things that you have to address, once you put a plan of action in place and you begin to make those arrangements need be, or you get caught up on your payments, or you pay things off, whatever the case is, once that is reported to the credit agencies, month to month, you will see the impacts of all that positive behavior on your credit. So I know that's a lot about credit, but I know for a lot of people, credit can be perceived as a inhibitor, or for some people a reason that they won't even consider buying a home. And I'm just here to tell you, like, no, it's something that you could definitely address. If you have poor credit, or bad credit, is something that you can definitely see improvements on in literally like a month by doing the right thing. So that's enough about credit. Now, moving on to the fourth thing, I would say as first-time home buyers as well, to explore what programs are available for first-time home buyers. Now, you're going through a bank, definitely banks will have different programs and incentives for first-time home buyers, as well as like here in Pennsylvania, there's the URA. And these are some things that I discovered after I bought my house. I was like, wow, I wish I would have known about this. But entities like the URA and government agencies, they as well will have different programs for first-time home buyers. And there are also different programs, incentives for buying homes in certain areas and demographics. So if you are working with a real estate agent, definitely, and this goes to one of my next tips, but you definitely want to explore, research, look online for programs that can definitely help you as far as your closing costs, and just as far as helping you with navigating that first time home buyer experience and saving, and possibly even getting some support, some financial support towards making your goal happen. So that's that. Then after you have, you've gotten your credit report, you see where your credit is where it needs to be. And I'm not going to get into numbers as far as what the number is that you should be aiming for as far as your credit. The key is you want to get your credit to be as best as it can possibly be, so that you can get pre-qualified. And that'll be the next thing. Once you got your credit where you need it to be, if you needed to do anything to begin with, then you're going to go ahead and get pre-qualified. And typically people go to banks, right? There are, countless of banking and financial institutions, but definitely your next step is going to be to get pre-qualified for a mortgage. And that budget, those precursor steps that I said, you already know what your budget is. Let's say your budget is $100,000 for a house. Then yes, when you go to get pre-qualified, or you contact that bank, or you go in and you talk with a mortgage broker or a loan officer, you're going to tell them that, hey, I'm looking to buy a house for $100,000, and they're going to get all your information, your social security number, all that good stuff, and then they're going to run it. They're going to run your credit, run all your information, and hopefully you're going to get a result that says, hey, you are pre-qualified for A, B, and C. And then once you're pre-qualified is when the game begins, man, because once you have that pre-qualification letter, you know that you have met the criteria to have gotten that pre-qualification. So you know that you are basically in there, as far as getting the approval that you're going to need to get that mortgage, to finalize everything once you find your home. But once you get pre-qualified, then you can begin actively looking for your house. Now, as far as a real estate agent goes, I worked with actually a couple of agents. I worked with one agent who was fantastic. I mean, we saw a slew of houses, but I just didn't find the house that I was looking for with her. So the agent that I ended up closing, working with to find the house that I closed on, that is a story in itself. We found each other or I found him online when I went on Zillow because I was like, you know what, I need to be active in this process as well, as far as looking for a house, not put it all on an agent. So I found him on Zillow and the rest is history. But definitely, as you are seeking a real estate agent, you want to seek someone that is qualified, that is well versed, and honestly, that has a strong understanding of what your goals are, what your situation is, and is very savvy and versatile. But again, it comes back to experience. You know, you want to work with someone that has a lot of experience and again, very specifically has a clear understanding of what your goals are, and what you're seeking to do. Whether you're looking for an investment property or things of that nature, somebody that really knows the area. So definitely take your time in finding an agent. Once you find an agent, it's not like you're marrying someone. It's not a life commitment. You really have to work with someone that feel is really just resonating and doing the things that you need them to do to help you find that home. But as I said before, do not put everything on your agent. You also have to be an active participant in finding your home. I looked at over like 100 houses. It seemed like I looked at a lot of houses. Be patient. Definitely enjoy the process. It's a great place to be and a great season to be in, where you're even considering buying a home. So just know that, you're going to find the home that you're looking for. Just definitely be patient. Don't rush the decision. Do all of these things that I'm sharing with you. And yeah, the next thing is just to find your home. All right, y'all. So listen, if you are in that space right now, like I said, where you are seeking soon to purchase a home, hit me up. Let me know if you have any questions. Hopefully this video was helpful for you. Like I said earlier, today I am trying something different. Like I'm doing this Zoom, also being broadcast on YouTube. So we're gonna see what this looks like once I post this. But listen, if you got some value from this, please do go ahead and share. I'm just gonna look down really quickly. Yeah, I covered everything, right? I didn't even need my notes. Well, not that much. So listen, if you got some value from this, like, subscribe, do share, and I'll be seeing you in my next video. The goal is to do this every Wednesday, hashtag Wealth Wednesday. All right, let's build wealth together. Let's learn together. Let's share. And I'll be seeing you soon.